Canadiens fans, are you feeling that sudden, icy dread, that sinking realization that a player we've been eyeing as the perfect piece for our rebuild might just slip through our fingers to the most dangerous rival in our division? Because let me tell you, the alarming news that broke yesterday, December 1st, 2025, from Yard Barker, based on intel from insider David Pagnotta, has turned our pursuit of veteran center Nazem Kadri into a potential nightmare scenario. The Florida Panthers, the reigning back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, are reportedly circling Kadri, transforming what was a strategic acquisition from Montreal into a league-wide horror story. The possibility of a super team adding one of the fiercest competitors in the game for a shot at a three-peat. This rumor comes at a critical juncture. The Calgary Flames, sitting at a dismal 5-13-3, are in free fall and gearing up for an inevitable fire sale. Kadri, who loves being a Flame but is itching to get back to playoffs, is their most valuable asset. For GM Kent Hughes, the Panthers entering the conversation changes everything. It's no longer just about convincing Kadri to come to Montreal. It's about preventing him from joining a divisional rival that already feels nearly unbeatable. David Pagnotta from a fourth period dropped a bombshell that stopped the Atlantic Division in its tracks. The two teams I was told to just keep tabs on regarding Nazem Kadri were the Habs, which we know, and the Florida Panthers, which was interesting to me. Pagnotta revealed this interesting connection is frankly terrifying. The Panthers have a history of poaching stars from Calgary, think Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett, and turning them into champions. Adding Kadri to that core would be the logical continuation of an aggressive strategy aimed at building a dynasty, not just competency. Why does Kadri to the Panthers make so much sense? Jackson Weber's article cuts straight to the point. If there's any player on the trade market who screams Panthers, it's Kadri. His style, intense, gritty, and agitating, mirrors a game of Tkachuk and Bennett. He's not just a scorer, he's a physical nightmare. With Alexander Barkov dealing with long-term injuries, the Panthers need an elite center to keep the ship afloat. Kadri fills that gap instantly, and when Barkov returns, Florida would boast the deepest center lineup in the league. Plus, Kadri's proven playoff pedigree with Colorado means adding him to a locker room fresh off 2 cup wins would create an almost impenetrable winning culture. For the Montreal Canadiens, this is a harsh reality check. We desperately need a second-line center, and Kadri is the perfect fit to mentor our young core and shield Suzuki. But the Panthers offer Kadri an immediate shot at a title, while Montreal offers a vision for the future. Entering a bidding war with Florida, a team unafraid to spend assets, could inflate Kadri's price beyond what Hughes is willing to pay. If the Panthers offer a first-round pick and a young roster player, we'll have to decide if matching that for a 35-year-old is worth it, just to prevent him from strengthening a rival. One key factor is Kadri's contract, $49 million through 2029. The Panthers, with their tight cap situation, would need to get creative, possibly sending salary back to Calgary. The Canadiens have more cap space, giving us a logistical edge. Additionally, Kadri's no-trade clause, covering 13 teams, means he could veto a move to Montreal if he prefers Florida's sun and glory. Yet, his Canadian roots and history with Toronto, along with a rivalry with Montreal, might play in our favor if he wants to be the man in a pure hockey market. The Florida Panthers entering the race for Nazem Kadri has turned a rebuild rumor into a potential blockbuster that could decide the 2026 Stanley Cup. For the Canadiens, losing Kadri would be bad. Losing to Florida would be a strategic nightmare. Kent Hughes needs to act swiftly and decisively if he wants to prevent the Atlantic Division from becoming the Panthers' private property for another year. What do you think, Habs Nation? Should we go all out to secure Kadri, Or is the risk of a bidding war with Florida too high? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button if you're fired up about this chase. And stay subscribed for all the latest updates. Go Habs go!